Hello, everyone. Good day, good morning, or good midday, or good evening. My name is Zoibu. I'm a mixed media artist, and today I will show you all that is in the Inkvent calendar of this year 2025. It arrived today, and I just wanted to show you all and open it all today. If you don't want to get spoiled, you still have time to click away before I will show you the swatches and all the boxes that are inside. What I will be doing is I will probably open them box for box, but I will do them in one way. So I will open them right now and I will sticker them and I will know which way is which or which day is which day. And then we will see them all being swatched out. So this is what the box looks like. I believe this is the blue or the Huppeldepup edition. You can see you will have 25 colors. And normally you would open an Inkvent calendar in December. But for me, I just want to open it today. Like any other normal or any other advent calendar, you will have different boxes to open, and today is not any different. So you can see we have 25 boxes, and we have, the 25 box is a big bottle, while the other ones are all smaller bottles. So let's open it up. Let me see how easy this will go. So the first one is called Celestial Skies. This is what it looks like. I will open them one by one and then I will go to swatching. So before you will see me opening them first. And then after that I will swatch them after each other while I open them, open their plastic. This one is called Energy. And this one is a sheening ink. So I will show them later even more. You're probably wondering, why are you opening them all so quickly? Or opening them all one by one? This is just the way I work. This is a pigment ink, so this is probably permanent. So keep that in mind. You don't want them to clog your pens, so be careful. Oh, I need to make a little bit more space on my desk. And keep the right way of opening. So here's number 4. Oh, this looks like a color for me. Oh. Little ASMR by opening them. It is called Smoky Tobacco, and this is a scented ink. So should it scent like tobacco, we will see it soon. Of course, I will also have a little, if you want to go to the swatching, you can go further into the video and I will have it linked below where you can find it. This is called a Marie Rose, and this is a standard ink. So this should be a light color, I think. Okay, that was number 5. Let's go to number 6 right here. This is called Fear and Fog, and this is a chameleon ink, so that means it has some shimmer particles in there. Okay, number 7. Always a nice look around where the next number will be. Here's number 7 in the corner. This one is called Blush, and Blush is also a standard ink. So you can have standard ink, chameleon ink, so that's with shimmer. We also have pigment inks in this mix, so that means it is more waterproof, I think. This is called Dreamcatcher, and this is a extreme sheen ink, so this will take a long while to dry, so keep that in mind. So that's number 8, then we go to number 9. Bittersweet, oh, I like that name. This is a standard ink, so this will probably be a bluish ink. Number 10, right here. Nostalgia in purple, and this is a chameleon ink, so this should have some shimmer in there. I'm interested to see what the shimmer will look like. Number 11 is right here. Brr. It says brr. This is a pigment shimmer, so this will be more, I believe, waterproof, I guess. This was number 11, then we go to number 12 right here. Doubly is this one called. This is a shimmer ink, and I think it would have some yellow with white shimmer if I look at the thing. Okay, it will be quite a big row already. So that was 12, then we go to 13. More commentary a little bit later. This is Molten Basalt, and this is a standard ink. 14. That's 24. Here. This is my birthday. 14th of December. Mittens is a pigment ink and it looks very pink. So let's see how that will look later. 15 is, let me see, Frostbite. This is a shimmer ink, probably a blue shimmer. 16 is right here. This is Ruby Taffeta. And this is a chameleon ink, so a red with something shimmer. Then we go to number 17. Right here. Gala. And this is a standard ink. Standards. Number 18. Laurel. Ooh, not Jenny, but Laurel. This is, it says there, you cannot barely read it, but it says extreme sheen, this one. So that's very nice. Number 19 is right here. Overcast is this one, and it's a standard ink, so probably a light blue ink. That was number 19. Number 20, Ambience, Chameleon. So this will have some shimmer. 21, right here. Chaos, oh, that's a nice name. This is also an extreme sheen. What I know by sheener inks, they usually take a long time to dry, so I will keep my eyes open to see how long that will actually take. Ooh, pineapple spritz. This is a pigment chameleon. Oh my gosh. I'm really interested to see how this one will even look because it looks insane in the bottle. So let's see that later. 23, let's go right here. This one is called Let It Snow. It's a chameleon. So it's blue ink with some colored shimmer in there. And then, let me see, 24, we have it right here. Almost done, almost done. I believe it's called Antler. Yeah, this is also a pigment ink. I do like the Diamine Forever pigment inks. I have one in my Lamy Safari right now, and I've been enjoying it a lot. And then for the final one, like every year, it is the color of the book. So last year it was the black advent calendar. It was a black sheening ink. So probably this year it will be a turquoisey ink. Ooh. And it says, Meer the Merrier. This is a shimmer and sheen ink. Here you can see the shimmer, so you can see how bright blue that is. And sheen, we will see what color sheen it will be. For now, I will open them all and then I will be back to you guys later. Okay, so I put all of the stickers on them. So for the first day or first thing, it will be Celestial Skies. I put a color sticker for on top, so I will do a little swatch on top. And I also wrote down the day. I will do this in my MD paper notebook. And this is basically my notebook. Yeah, my sketch notebook. This is how I will be doing it. I will basically start at the corner. I will put the lot there and then I will put water on the other side. I will do a thick line, a thin line, and the name of the color. And sometimes also the brand name. But since we are only doing Inkvent by Diamine, I will probably only write that down. I have a few of these clips, so I will make it all nice so it will be easy for me to put the colors on. And it's easy to make it nice and make it stay. I will probably start on this side because I'm left-handed, so I'm scared if I start here, I will smudge it. So if you think, why do you start from this side to the other side? It is because then it will be less messy. We will start with Celestial Skies. This is a shimmer ink. So you can see the shimmer particles. You can do a quick shake or you can do a roll. It will all be okay. So yeah, let's open it up. I'm really excited to do the first one. I had a little bit of an incident earlier. I dropped it all, so this is a nice turquoisey color. Let me go and zoom you in. Then I will get a little bit of water. I forgot how to do it. I need a paper towel. Let me check. There we go. That's a little bit better. I feel like the color has fallen down a little bit. So let me do this again. And do a thick line. And then a thinner line. And then the name. There we go. And that's the first one. You can see it has a little bit of spaces still left. So let me just clean that up. I'm gonna take a quick peek if I do it the same way as the others, and it seems like I'm doing it quite the same. It has been a while since I last done a swatching session, so it's nice to be back. If you're wondering what the shimmer is, you can see it clearly on this bottle, and it is a blue with golden shimmer. My hands will be dirty, and that is okay. Then for the next day, we have Energy, and this is a sheening ink. So this will be quite shiny. I will clean my brush, and then I will dry it on a paper towel. You can use a paper towel, you can use whatever you have. Sometimes I use a normal towel that also works. And my swatching tool is the Kakimori brass nib. I've been using this for quite a while now. And it does take a little bit to get used to, but I do like it. Energy. There we go. And I will do the swirls. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And then a bigger swatch there. And then this corner with ink. Wiping it down so I don't have to use a lot of water to get it out. Doesn't have to be totally clean, it's okay if there's still a little bit of purple left. And here I just want to saturate the corner and then let it flow. So you can see it gives a little bit of a different effect than what I did before, but it's always a little bit of a trial and error. So this is Energy. What a stunning color. Oh, I already see it sheening a bit. It will probably have some green sheen, but we will see that a little bit later as well. The next one is Carousel, and this is a pigment ink. Maybe you can see it already. I will shake it to be certain. And let's see how this will look when we swatch it. Oh, maybe I need to write the days down. Oh well. Oh, that's the wrong place to start. I will do this. Oh, this is Carousel. It feels quite smooth to work with. Since I have quite a lot assembled on my nib, I will try to move as much around as I can. Then wipe most of it off on the paper towel, and then I'll get a bit of water to see if I can still move a bit around. I haven't really searched for all the properties, what it really means to be a pigment ink. Oh, I forgot the top. Do you see that? There we go. But pigments can clog your pen, since most inks that you use are dye-based. So that means it's more easier to flush out, basically. By pigments, that is made by finely ground pigments, mostly used in other media. So I think pigment is everywhere, actually. But my example would be found or watercolors. If you have something with pigment, these refining ground. It can be waterproof, and usually it will stay in its place. Well, oh, this is the smoky tobacco, and oh, this is difficult to describe. It is not an unpleasant scent. Let me tell you guys that. I think it would smell like tobacco, but I cannot really tell you if that is the scent that I smell because I haven't smelled tobacco in a long time or even ever. So, but I like this color, smoky. Yeah, don't watch this for my handwriting, but tobacco. There we go. Swirl, bloop, bloop, and then a nice swatch. It has a earthy smell, not unpleasant. Reminds me a little bit of pine or like wood scent. A little bit fresh. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's actually pretty pleasant. Sorry for the shake there. I almost dipped my brush in my drink, so I'm happy that didn't happen. And now we just do the swatch. I feel like this is a very well behaved scented ink. I feel like they have improved their stuff over the year. If you're wondering why I'm saying that, sometimes when you use scent in inks, it can make your inks be more streaky or more feathery. And if I look at the swatch here, I do not see that. I look forward to show you the swatches close up later. Then we have day 5, Mary Rose. And this is a standard ink, so I don't have to really shake it up to get the effect. I'm gonna get a new piece of towel to wipe my brush on. Of course, if you have a reusable towel, use that. I just don't have it with me right now. Oh, this is a light ink. I mean, it already looked quite light before, but now that I see it in this light, I'm interested to see how readable this is. This Mary Rose, I think every year they have something with a rose in its name. And it's nice to see that they have it again this year. Or I say that, but it's like a rosy color. That's basically what I meant. Because if I would tell you, I cannot name like a lot of from the top of my head. So, but it looks like a very soft orangey yellow color, or at least in this lighting. It's not unpleasant at all. I feel like if you use this in a more broader nib, or what you can see here with the Kakimori nib, it becomes quite readable. So that's a good sign. But it's like a quite a nice soft colored ink. Ooh, that smoky tobacco. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I really like that one. And then for the last one on this row, number 6, is Fear and Fog. Fear and Fog is a chameleon ink. As you can see here at the bottom, basically has a lot of shiny particles. You basically have to gently roll it around. You don't have to shake it because then you will get air bubbles, etc. Just do this, turn it upside down, open the bottle, and then you can pick it up. Sometimes, especially the first swatch can be quite heavy with the pigments and the shimmer, and it can be that over time it will be less, you can see it less. And that is okay because particles are heavier than the dye ink itself. Sometimes you will see a lot at first, and then when you are using the ink more, it can be that you see less and less of it. Fear and Fog. Fog. A little bit of a struggle. I do see some really pretty colors here. It seems like a dark green or a semi-muted green color with some green color changing shimmer. That's the chameleon effect. So that means if you look at it one way, it will sheen like green, and then maybe if you look at the other way, it will be more yellowish or a different color. I feel like it is really nice to see what the base note is of this ink. Mix it a little bit more. As you can see, it is a really muted color right there. I think the Fear and Fog, or how you even pronounce that, is a really nice name, because fear basically means a specific tree, and then the fog is more of the muted elements of it. But this, I like. You can see the nice shimmer there. And that is row number 1. I will do a little close-up while we wait for the others to dry. Then we have Celestial Skies as first. We have a beautiful sheening and shimmering color. Then we have Energy. You can see that is a sheen ink. And it reminds me a little bit of that Lamy color that was big a little while back. But you can see it has some sheening things happening, but it also becomes a little bit of a muted blue compared to the really bright purple there. Then we have Carousel pigment ink, so that works a little bit different. As you can see, it behaves more different in water. You will get more, or you get slightly different blooming effects. I believe this becomes waterproof, but I have to test that later. Smoky Tobacco, I think my favorite of this bunch. Just a nice brown, a little bit muted brown. Marie Rose, as you can see, it is an orange, but it's still readable. I like it. And Fair and Fog, I think that's my second favorite because I just really love green. And it has shimmer, even though with my angle you cannot see that as well. But it is a stunning color. I think that would look lovely with a bigger, how do you say that, in a broader pen. Okay, let's go to the second row. And we are by number 7. This is blush and this is a standard ink. So I don't have to mix it around as much. That's easier. I will do a little bit of a tilt so I can easy. Oh, huh? Oh, wow, huh? I think this color will surprise me when it has dried up. Or didn't I clean my brush? Is that what is happening? Okay, I do think I did. I do think I've done that, but what is this? Huh? Whoa. Okay, would I call this blush? Probably not. This reminds me of Halloween. Huh? Blush. What a weird color. Oh, this surprised me. It feels a little bit dry to work with. I feel like I'm dipping it in the ink bottle quite a few times. But okay. I'm really intrigued to see how this will dry. Really intrigued. Let's get a little bit of water to add to the mix so we can see what is the more undertone. We can see that it has some pink undertones in there. Oh, it is a really intriguing color for me. I will show you a close-up later. On top of here, it looks like this. Maybe it will dry down a more softer color, I guess, but I don't know what it is. This one is called Dreamcatcher, and it is an extreme sheen. So it is nice that it's next to the energy color, because that will make it match. Okay, let's see. We will start with the thing here. Oh, it seems like a dark blue color. Dreamcatcher. Wow. Really smooth application. You can see it is really reflective, or at least from my angle, it is really reflective. Now I look at the camera, it is not really that, you cannot really see it that much. But let's see when we add water. We have a little bit of turquoise happening, or a little bit, quite a lot of turquoise. Damn, dark blue. Dark blue with red sheen and a turquoisey undertone. Very beautiful. This will probably take a little bit to dry, but that is day number 8. Then I have day number 9. This is bittersweet. And it's a standard ink, so it's a little bit easier to work with, or at least for me. Always be certain that your nib is all nice and clean, so it's easier to not get any contamination. I always dip this in clean water. I never had any issues with mold happening, so... Oh, this is a very light color. Like a minty color. I will put it on top of there. And I will just swatch it. It was called bittersweet. Reminds me of an After 8 candy. Do you guys like that? After 8? I believe it's like a minty chocolate candy or candy bar. And some people really like it, and some people really do not like it. And I am in the team that doesn't really enjoy it. But I like orange flavored candy, so that's also not everyone's cup of tea. But that's what I really like. Especially candied orange with like chocolate. That's so good. And I'm happy not a lot of people like it, but I do like it. I do like it a lot. But not a big fan of the After 8. Okay, the next one is called Nostalgia. This is a chameleon ink, and we can see it a little bit on the bottom here. Sorry, I will do the makeup technique. You can see it has some pinkish shimmer, so we will swatch it around a little bit, and we will see. You can see how much sheen that one is getting, especially if you compare it to this sheening ink. But this is extreme sheen, and this is normal sheen, this one. Okay, Nostalgia. I feel like this color will really match its name. Gosh, I want to make my own ink line. Oh, huh? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, yo, I like this one. What? Did I clean my brush? I did. Huh? Or did I not? Wait, let me triple check. Yeah, there was no bittersweet on it anymore. Whoa, this surprised me. Whoa, okay, nostalgia. 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 Did I write it right? I think I did. Okay. What? This is amazing. Whoa. Okay. I am a big fan of muted colors. Even though I'm very like bright in person, I do like myself a little bit of a moody Thursday afternoon in the rain in the dark. In the rain in the dark ink. This is cool. This is epic. Oh, that surprised me. That was really fun. Okay. Especially since I saw the label, I thought it would be more of a purpley color, but it really is not that purple. Let me take a little bit of that away. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. It probably looks like a brown to you guys, but this is what it looks like. So you can see because of the shimmer, it will get a more of a purpley hue. So I will show that a little later when it's all dried up. Also the blush, look at that. Also ink, ink hands. Okay, next one is Brrr. And this is a pigment shimmer. So I am quite interested how that color combination will work out. So let's see for ourselves how that will look in real life. Also have a little bit of my works like a random stone here. Okay, pigment. Let's go. Opening that up. Since the shimmer particles will probably flow down quite quickly, I'm interested to see if pigment means permanent and how the shimmer ink will change that property. Brr. 3 R's and a mark. And then we do some swirls. It feels really smooth. I noticed that with the carousel ink as well. It felt really smooth to apply. This reminds me of Wayfarer, the ink. But then the specific bottle that I had, because the original Wayfarer ink has, how do you say that, duo chrome shimmer, so it has more of a purpley shimmer. But the one bottle that I had gotten was one with light blue shimmer, so it was like a bluish ink with a bluish shimmer, and this one really reminds me of that color. Wow. I feel like that one would be a little bit more turquoise. This feels more like a sky blue. But that's stunning. Wow. Wowie wowie. Same with this one. I believe I need to test that separately if it's really not budging at all. Next one is Bubbly. And this is a shimmer ink for day 12. So let's see if the shimmer wants to kind of mix and match together. Oh, I see a few of my favorites. I feel like it's kind of comparable of what I liked last year. So that's fun to see. This reminds me of champagne. Bubbly. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see me really writing it down. It is a more muted yellow. It reminds me a tiny bit of Inaho, even though that is a slightly different hue. But this is fun. I do not know when I would use this in writing, but it is a fun color to experiment with, I think, or to just draw with. Oh, you can see there was a little bit of color in that one. This one is more transparent. There we go, Bubbly. I shall wait for that to dry out a little bit. And then I can do the overview of the next 6 colors. Or maybe I won't wait. I will show you right now because the top has already dried, so this is easier. We have blush. You can see a little bit of the yellow peeking through. It is a very more muted color, but you can see it has some shading happening. Shading basically means you see the letters and you see multiple shades of color in them. And here you can see we have some lighter parts and some darker parts. So it looks like it has been shaded. Dreamcatcher, this is the shine that you have. Look at it. The whole written sample is pink. There's no blue in there. Especially if you compare it to Energy with a normal sheen, and this is the extreme one. Look how different they behave. The Bittersweet has some blue picking through. Yeah, Nostalgia. Oh my gosh. This is a winner for me. That surprised me so much. Oh my gosh. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Brr. Yeah, cold pigment ink, blue or light bluish, silverish, blue, silver-ish, ash-ish shimmer, and then bubbly. Uh, Almost looks green in this light, but it is a little bit green. I do see that when it's drying, it is a little bit darker than what it looked when I first swatched it. It is still quite readable for a greenish looking or yellow ink, but I like it. It reminds me of the Marie Rose in the way how light it is, but it's still readable. So I think they've done a good job there. We're gonna zoom out a little bit and we're gonna go to the next page. And it also means the next 6 colors. That means I will pick them up. 2, 4, and 5. And number 6, yeah, number 18. This will be the next row. And yeah, we will start with number 13. This is Molten Basalt. And this is a standard ink. Let's see. My brush has been cleaned. I need to be a little bit careful of where to place this. Looks like a dark blue color. I'm interested to see how this one will look with a little bit of water. Okay, there goes the M. Molten basalt. With some swirls and a swatch there. I've got a little bit of water and I will color in some kind of square. And then I will use my paper towel again to dry it up and or blot up some of the color. This one takes a little bit more to get the whole color out, but it's okay. And I'll get some water to mix and match. That looks like a pretty nice looking blue. But as you can see, it says it's a standard ink, but it has some nice sheening properties. I already see it when it's drying. Oh, wait, this was a sheening ink. Oops. Oh no, wait, was it? No, this is a standard ink, but it has some sheening properties because you can see it is a dark blue. But when it's drying or the piece or the places where it's dry, it has a little bit more to show. Then we have day number 14. This is Mittens. And this is a pigment ink. And it looks like a very bright, nice looking pink ink. So let me be clear that my brush is clean or my pen is clean. And then we can see this pigment ink. I do think I need to shake it a little bit because pigment particles will kind of move around. So let me just shake them and see what this looks like. Maybe this will make it more opaque. Oh, it has a bit of green. Whoa. Okay. Mittens. Very smooth. Really, those pigment inks, I'm enjoying them. They feel very nice with this specific nib. They feel a little bit more lubricated, or it has a little bit more movement to it. I feel like it's really enjoyable to work with, especially with a dip pen like this. Okay, let's see how it looks when swatched with a little bit of water. Okay, basalt, they say, oh, there is no sheen, but I definitely see sheen happening there. Maybe they didn't make it to be a sheener, but damn, I do see it. I do see it. It is not as extreme as the one we saw before, but it is there. It is there. Okay, then we have number 15, and this is Frostbite. Nee? Jawel, it's Frostbite. Sorry, the letter type, or the way the letters are, especially that one, it's really difficult for me. This is a shimmer ink. So we are gently moving it around, shaking it up a little bit, and let's see how it will look. When I'm done with all the swatches, I will show you guys an overview of all the colors. I'm planning in December or for December, I'm planning to make a video or a video for each color. So be patient. Maybe wait till then and then I will write more or doodle something with them. Frost Bite. And this was a shimmer ink, but I do not really see that much just yet. We'll give it a slightly, I will give it another little shake and then we will see. I will also bring you guys a little bit closer so you can really enjoy the swatching. Because I like that. I like that you guys can see it, that you are experiencing it with me for the first time. I know I'm really early with the advent calendar stuff, but I hope you still enjoy it nonetheless. I'm just a person that doesn't really wait for it. It arrived, so I'm swatching it. And then I can enjoy it for the couple of months still in this year. And there is no right or wrong way of doing this. If you are still waiting, maybe you aren't even this far in the video or you're watching this in the new year, I feel like, yeah, this is a nice way of deciding if you would like this or not, or if you see colors that you enjoy. I must say we are over half of it, and I feel like there are some really great colors in here. The next one we have, you can see it already, it is a chameleon ink. And this one is called Ruby Taffeta. Yeah. If you know what it is, please let me know. I do not know what it means. Gonna bring you a little bit up so you can see it more clearly. Because I'm zoomed in, I can actually, it's more difficult to get the color. So, ooh, this is a nice dark red or moody red. Ruby Taffeta. A little bit more for this side. I also like this way of swatching since I can be, or I can do it quite quickly. I found a way that works best for me. I remember at the beginning of my swatching journey, I took quite a long time to do each color, but mm, I just got a little bit impatient. I didn't want to take so long. I thought I just want to do it quickly. I want to show off the things that I own or have, or just do a color selection, all those kind of things. But it made me, realize I like it to do this quite fast, and it works for me. So that's nice. Next one is Gala, and this one is a standard ink for day 17. I forgot I don't really say all the names for each day. And I hope you can forgive me. I just didn't do it, so. Purple. I mean, it looks purple. It is purple. Purple, purple. Mm. This one was called Gala. Mm. Gala. Little different writing style there. But still quite soft. Quite smooth as well with this specific tool that I use. Interested to see how it will behave with some water. Oh, here's the water. There we go. I feel like it is a very nice looking purple to look at. I don't think a lot of people will be using this specific one, but that doesn't mean it isn't good. So I do like it for what it is. Moving some of the colors. And the last one on this row is Laurel. Laurel. This is another extreme sheen, so I'm really intrigued to see what that will look like. So let's just show this off, shall we? Since it's a sheen, we don't really have to shake it. It should be all ready to go. And it seems like this is a green color. Oops. At least you can see that it's quite a green color. That hasn't happened to me before, that it rolled over. So I will now move it around so it will not go anywhere. This is called Laurel. And now I need to be careful to not make more mistakes. And even if they happen, it's okay. But that one could be avoided, so that's why I'm a little sad. But it's still okay. There we go. This is an extreme sheen color. So this should be a little bit different when it dries. So I'm intrigued to see what color it will show off. There's also a reason why I keep in my mistakes. Because maybe you are doing your own swatching or your own artwork or your own paint or your own whatever creative endeavor thingy. And maybe you see that you're making a mistake. And that's okay. Because if it doesn't go right the first time, you can do it a few more times. It doesn't have to be all right at once. So this is for me another reminder like, yeah, I can drop water 3 times. I can move the top of this thing a few times and I can still make mistakes and that's okay. So that's my little 2 cents of knowledge for you. While this is drying, I will go up top because we all always have a little bit of a look around. So what I see is that this molten basalt, what was said is a standard ink, is showing some prominent sheening if I look at it. Then we have the pigment color mittens. I feel like it's a very pretty pink and it's quite readable. Then we have the frostbite with the, I believe it was the sheen and glitter. Let me check that again. No, this was only shimmer, but you can see it has some sheening properties as well, and it has some champagne-like color shimmer. Then we have the Ruby Taffeta, and it has more dispersed green chameleon color. So we saw that it looked way more orange or way more red in the bottle itself, but when it's here, it's nicely spread out, quite festive as well. Then we have a standard color called Gala. I feel like it's a readable purple. Yeah, it's quite on the light side, but even when it dries, same with bubbly, it is more readable. And then we have Laurel. It is a green with a red sheen, but since it's still drying, we will see that later. And if you see the readable part, you can see that it's becoming quite pink already. And it reminds me of the Dreamcatcher. Even though this one is like in your face, maybe this one will be that as well. Maybe this one will be a little bit more purple. Then for the final row, for the small bottles, because the big bottle will have probably its own page because it doesn't fit here. Or maybe I will write the thing with the full bottle. We will go to the final row. So let me pick that up for you. There we go. And then for the color number 19, we have Overcast. And Overcast is a standard ink. So that's easy for us. I will be more careful with the top part of this little thingy. So it will not fall over again. Oh, this looks really light. Reminds me of that Celadon cat color. But maybe this is a little lighter even. Because this is quite quite light. Overcast. Overcast. Feel like it might be a little bit of a dry ink since it's so light. But we will have to see when I add some water. And when drying if the color will become darker. Sometimes that is way more than you expect, so let's see. Gonna clean my brush a little bit. I will put the bottle of water a little bit closer because I feel like I couldn't really reach it anymore. So now it's closer to me, so it will be easier to get. I do have this clip here, but I can maneuver a little bit around it. As you can see, we got some other colors peeking through. So this is a duo. Well, now I need to say it correctly. Before we had a shader ink, but this can be a dual shader. So that means we can see 2 different colors in the writing or in the example itself. And as you can see, I see a little bit of gray or light pink peeking through. We have another chameleon. This one is called Ambience. And I feel like this has some red glitter in there. So let's just slowly swoosh it around and see what it has in store for us. Really intrigued to see what this can be. There's a little thingy on here. Oops. Looks a little orange pink. Nice. Ambience. Ambience. This is pretty. I like the added color of the shimmer in here. So we just have a little bit of an extra surprise when using it. I like. This is nice. Doesn't move as much as I thought, but it's a good one. It's a good one. Oh, next one has a nice name called Chaos. And this one is an Extreme Sheen, another one. So let's see how Chaos will behave. It doesn't want to read, but it says it there. So let's see. Extreme Sheen. What do you have in store for us? Let's see. First we will do the top of the bottle and then we will do the swatching itself. What I always notice by Extreme Sheen is that it takes a little while to dry, so keep that in mind. For me that's always a little difficult, since you might have noticed that I'm left-handed, so I need to be very careful if I go over lines. Yeah, and when I go over lines, how that would look and how much it will smudge. And since this takes a little while longer to dry, I usually do not have this in. I usually don't have any sheeners in the pen because I just can't really seem to work well with it. But it does have a really pretty mauvey undertone compared to the color itself. It reminds me of that color that they have in stock. It's called Handel or Handel. And it is like a special edition Diamine ink. And that reminds me a little bit of that specific tone. Then for the last three, or the last four, but the last three on this page, we will have Pineapple Spritz. This is yellow with yellow glitter, so this will probably turn out yellow. And this is a pigment chameleon ink. So again, I think this will feel as smooth as the other chameleon inks because they just felt really nice on the dip pen. But I am really happy that Diamine decided to make this combo because I have not seen anyone else doing this. So Pine Spritz. Spritz. Wait. Yeah, Spritz. It's kind of difficult to to read. Or at least it's difficult for me to read. Maybe it's easier for you. Yeah, it looks like what I thought it would be. I do see that there's a little spot of the other color, so I will try and not reach that because otherwise it will be a little bit more contaminated. And I like that we can see the true color of this ink. Pretty. Yeah, it's yellow. But I don't think it's an unreadable yellow. So how we had the champagne-like color, that was more of a muted yellow. This is a bright punchy yellow. Then we have day number 23, Let It Snow. This is a chameleon ink, so another one with shimmer. Let's see how this one will look. I feel like we have quite the rainbow of colors in this one. Oh, this is more soft than I thought. Okay, let's see how much of Let It Snow we can see in the swatch. Let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. A little bit of a derp swirls, but it's okay. Reminds me a little bit of the bird we had earlier, but it's still a different hue. So it's both a blue with a glitter, but while the other one is a more warm leaning blue, this is a more turquoisey leaning blue. And the other one is more, no wait, I need to say it differently. This one is more of a cyany looking blue. So more like the printer ink turquoise. Well, the other one is more muted, more leaning towards gray. Well, this is more of a real blue if you compare the two. Yeah. I am not much of a blue person or user. So for me, it's always like, okay, it's blue, it's glittery. And then for number 24, we have Antler, and this is a pigment ink. I feel if this is a light color, it could lean, or it could be that it would be more of the smoky mauve that I already know. Oh, oh, okay. Now I like this. I like this. This pigment ink. Ooh. It is a brown, but also a little bit of a grayish brown. And there we go. A little bit of a bigger swatch. And since it's a pigment ink, I do not know if we have to, how do you say that? We had to shake it a little bit, but I feel like this looks pretty good on its own. But I will do a quick shake around for a little bit more and see if that makes a difference. Just a little bit more on some places. Okay, cleaning the brush. I say brush, but it is a nib. But you know what I mean. You see the thing that I use. And this is how it behaves with some water. So you can see not a lot of movement. Stays quite put. You mustn't forget the final color. So for the last one, we have this one. This is a shimmering and sheen color. There you can see the shimmer on the bottom. And it's called Meer the Merrier. So there should be a dark blue ink or turquoise ink with blue shimmer. And I'll put it on top here to write some things down and also swatch it. So let's see how this final color of this Inkvent looks like. It is always good when you have a nice blue. So I will just do a swatch right here. Very long swatch actually. No. Because then we can just see how it looks when mixed with water. Let's see. There we go. Might look a little bit messy, but that's okay. I do want to see if I can get a little bit more of that shimmer peeking through. So let's shake it for a little bit and then get it again. Okay, let's see how good I can do this. Diamine. Meer. De Mer. Nee! I'm not even surprised. I'm not even surprised. Oh, I hope that was not all the shimmer. Oh, it's probably all the shimmer. Oh no. Yeah, I could probably pick up a syringe and I could probably get the color back in there, but at least here you can see the shimmer. I believe that was like all the shimmer in the bottle. So, oh well, at least it didn't all fall on my mouse mat. So that's a thing. So yeah, let me before it will be more of a carnage. Let me just get it away. As you can see, it is truly a nice looking ink with a beautiful looking shimmer. Um, I will tell you that I probably have half of the bottle left, so but some of the shimmer still in there. Um, but this is my reminder to you to put it on a safe place. To not get your shimmer everywhere and stain your mouse mat and your workplace. So at least it didn't fall. Oh, oh, but it looks really pretty. Ooh, it is not a regret. Don't worry about all that stuff. That's not even important in life. But I'm a little bit sad. This could have been prevented, but at least you see the truth. And I'm happy you got a bigger bottle, so at least I have still half of it left. I hope the beautiful shine up top isn't too distracting, but I will put the bottle there so you at least have you see the real deal. I just wanted to marry her because that's what it said. What I can see, it is sheening and it has a red sheen. So you have the red sheen, you have the beautiful blue shimmer, we have the blue turquoise ink. Here you can see it better. But that is a beautiful combo. Oh, it's a beautiful combo. Really, really stunning ink. I like this one better than last year. Last year was black with sheen, and I was like, okay, okay, it is a color. But this one, I'm impressed. This is fun. This is fun. So, yeah, I will do one more overview of the total color and the whole Inkvent overall, and I will share you my final thoughts about it, and then that's everything I wanted to show you. Now, for the final color, you can see it here. It is a beautiful blue with red sheen and light blue shimmer. And especially if you have it in writing with a dip pen, it looks almost purple. So you can see this is with normal light or with light to the front. So if there's no light shining on it, and this is with the shimmer and sheen. So you can see the red sheen and the beautiful blue shimmer. Then we start with the first row again. We have Celestial Skies, reminds me of Emerald of Chivor from J. Herbin. Then we have Energy, beautiful sheening ink. A pigment ink called Carousel. Then we have the one scented ink, Smoky Tobacco, and Mary Rose and Fear and Fog. Uh, to zoom in on that shimmer, we can see a little bit of the gray blue situation going on. This one has a little bit of the green picking through. This is an overall same color looking ink. I'm happy that they added the pigment ink in the bunch. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. So we are by day 7. Day 7 is blush. I think it's a beautiful color. Day 8 is Dreamcatcher with that beautiful sheen. Bittersweet is a very readable light green with a little bit of blue picking through. I think one of my favorite is Nostalgia with a little bit of laurel attached to it. Then we have Burr pigment ink with shimmer and bubbly, a little bit of champagne like color. This is how the shimmer looks in my light. So beautiful colors. This one was called a standard ink, but as you can see, it truly has some sheen and it looks like it has a little bit of yellow hue on it. While the ink itself, if you dilute it with water, is beautiful green and blue. Mittens pigment ink. Then we have Frostbite with yellow or with red sheen and also some champagne looking shimmer. Ruby Taffeta is more sparsely shimmer, so here it feels like it's more close together, while this is farther away. Then we have a standard color called Gala. Very stunning, I must say, must admit. Then we have Laurel with the neon pink. So if you compare this one, it is that pink. Well, the Laurel looks a little bit more towards the purple if I would compare the two. At least the uh, the thing was on top of it now. And then the last row we have Overcast with, yeah, it looks like a gray, but this is what I would say is a dual shading color. So you can see both the pink and the blue in that color white, and that makes it kind of a grayish color. Then we have Ambience, really stunning, quite soft looking color, and I like that it has a bright pink shimmer. Chaos, just like its name, is an extreme sheener color, so it matches the Dreamcatcher as well if you compare how shiny these two are. Then we have the Pigment and Shimmer Pineapple Spritz. We also have Let It Snow and Antler. This is also pigment ink, same as Pineapple Spritz. And then for the final color, the Diamine Inkvent 2025 Mere the Merrier is a beautiful blue, stunning. When you see it in writing, it almost looks purple with the red sheen and the blue shimmer. It looks way different than Celestial Skies if you look at the writing, especially if you compare how it shines. So if you see this, it's a way different color story than this one. While this one feels more green, because of the shimmer, because of this blue shimmer, it will be more purple. I think that is all. If we look at all of them together, I feel like we have a beautiful, stunning collection of all kinds of diamine ink colors. If I would put them all, the bottles as well, right here, you can see a beautiful story of all kinds of different colors. I feel like Diamine has made a beautiful little range this year. And I feel like if you have someone you know that is a big ink or just an ink hoarder or someone that just enjoys doing things with ink, I feel like you could make a lot of people happy with this selection. I'm really intrigued to see the pigment ink. I will make a separate video if they are waterproof and how that will look. But my final thoughts or my top three of the colors that I have in this selection are, let me see what, just a little bit more. My all-time favorites, I think, I said it a little bit before. I feel like Antler is a really good one because it reminds me of Diamine Smoky Mauve. And that is a color that I've been really enjoying lately. This is more brown, but it feels like an overall color that I could use almost every day. Blush surprised me when I first swatched it because it was more flesh-like than I expected. Smoky tobacco is very cool. It smells pleasant. It's not too overwhelming, so that's a plus for me. I do like the stone of orange, so I look forward to trying that. Bubbly surprised me. It's still readable even though it's so light. Nostalgia, you heard me say it. I was really pleasantly surprised about this one. Uh, I think I would use that often because it's just so stunning. This one is really cool, even though it isn't called a sheener, it does sheen. I feel like this one will be really fun while painting with it. And of course, the color of the year. I'm really impressed. All of them are lovely. I feel like you get a big range of colors. We have some lighter colors, we have some darker colors, we have some sheening, we have some shading, we have some sparkly, we have all kinds of things. And I feel like you can make a lot of people happy with this specific selection. So I would say if you are an ink fan, especially a blue ink fan this year, if you like inks, if you like shimmers, if you like surprises, I would say this is a lovely year to get, and you get a bunch of stunning colors to try out. I hope you liked watching this. My name is Zoibu, also called Zoe the Len. I'm a mixed media artist, but I also show a lot of fountain pen things, and I hope you liked it today. I made a lot of mistakes, as you saw. Maybe there's a little bloopers playing right now. I do not really know if I put it in here. I think I will. At least you see that sometimes mistakes happen, but at least I can have fun. So, thanks so much for watching. Bye bye. Second time. Second water bottle. Oh my god. No. Panda, I do not want to talk about it. It fell on my leg. It fell on the ground. Now my socks are wet. At least I got a big ass paper roll, but this was not the plan. This was not the plan.